Thank you for accepting to do the interview. By names of Mukunda Anet, a sales agronomist from Export Trading Group, or ETG, with the headquarters in Namamve. Today we shall be focusing on the factors affecting agriculture. As we agreed that this interview will be capturing some voices or recording, so your responses will not be broadcasted on other platforms. So we shall use your responses as EDG. It will help us to improve. After listening from your feedback or the way you respond, could you please introduce yourself? I'm by the names of Julius. What do you do? And what is the name of your shop? So I work from Kayawe. The shop is called Mujjuzi Agro Stores. How long have you been in operation? 15 years in operation. In agribusiness. Some companies, they have established some branches. Have you established any branches? You have established many branches. How many branches do you have? You have 4 branches. Where are your branches found? One is in Kayawe, another in Lukaya, another in Masaka, and Bukasa. Where is Bukasa found? It is found in PG district. You have spent 15 years in business. How is your day like? As an agriculturalist or agro dealer? So you have said your day is usually busy. So how do you manage the stock and the sales? How do you manage the stock flow as you're working? We usually stock in the season, and you find that the stores, most of the things are bought during even the season. We stock in the season, and many products are bought in the same season. In the seasons, we are stocking a lot. Don't you have usually problem to know what the stock out and stock in? What you have stocked, the difference between what you have stocked and what has run out of the store? We don't usually have any problem. So do you have any system which can identify the stock in and the stock out? So which system do you use? And how do you forego the losses which may happen because of not knowing how much stock do you have? Also, everything that we purchase also is recorded in the books. Also, the one which is sold, the products which are sold, record them in the books. So you're able to identify what has come in the store and what has been sold. Do you usually count shelf checking each product one by one on the shelf? And how do you, and which period do you do it? We do it every end of the year. All businesses have problems. What challenges do you meet as you run your business on a daily basis in terms of sales and management, customers, stock, and those who need advice? The biggest problem, sometimes you give things on credit. People promise to pay within time. Sometimes they delay to pay, yet also you stocked the products and they need to be cleared off. So you may find the farmer is delaying to pay and also you're failing to pay your suppliers. Is there any other problem which you face apart from credit issues? There was no other problem apart from that. In 15 years, what is your relationship with those people who supply you or the distributors? How is your relationship with the distributors in terms of order, delivery, payments? Do you pay in cash or credit? How is your relationship with the company? The relationship is good, the things reach in time, even the quality is good. You don't have usually any complaint on the product, on the quality. Those people give you on credit. What period you have to repay back the loan? What is the repayment period? The answer is that whatever you are able to get daily is what you deposit. Sometimes you can say, let me repay 1 million, 2 million. It depends on your income. If they give you the days for repayment, how many days do they give you? They usually give us 3 weeks, even 1 month. Are all the companies same or they are different companies? How they operate on issues such as credit? all companies operate differently. Is there any problem you what is your most frustrating part as you have been dealing with the delivery or the distributors? What happened? There was no much problem. Sometimes there are delays, but it is not so much problem. You sometimes make orders and receive less orders. It doesn't happen. It depends on how much they have in stock. They inform you about their stock, and what they don't have, they inform you. So you usually you cannot order what is already out of stock. So why do you have distribution delays or delivery delays? Do you pick the item from the company, or the companies they have delivery vans? Some products we pick them from the company, and also we have some distributors. The problem is those people who we send to deliver, because sometimes they reach at a very inappropriate time or night time, especially those people we send to pick the items from the company. The time they spend going and coming back. How do you decide what you're going to buy, and the size and the quantity? Usually depend on the demand. What is being demanded much, let us stock what is being demanded. Let's stock this less because it is less demanded. You sometimes find yourself that you've stocked some items, but they are still on the shelf for a long time. It is very difficult because we explain people, our customers, we educate them. Sometimes we shift their minds from what they are using to a new product or what we have in the stock. Also, we enlighten them about the company. You said that you do some trainings to two kinds of the people. Also take wholesale, so, and also small, and those who are farming. So where you train professionally to do this training to these farmers? Where do you get that knowledge? So these companies which bring the products, also they train us, they educate us about their products. Also sometimes they organize trainings. In Uganda you have two seasons. How long does it take for these companies to do the trainings? Usually it does not happen a lot. It happens like 30 times in a year. Do they buy from you, agro dealers, or do they organize trainings for also other people? Or is it open to all audiences? They do specific trainings specifically for agro dealers, but also they organize for other categories of people. Do you think the trainings are enough, or do you think they should increase the number of trainings? Really, they have to increase the number of trainings because they are really very vital. If a person listens about this product, it's very easy to explain and educate the person about the product. So the items which have spent a lot of time on the shelf and they are near expiry, how do you deal with them? Do you throw them away or you keep them? Sometimes we return them to the company and they refund us more products. With the products, they replace them with products with a new expiry. Is there, apart from returning the product to the company, is there any other way how you can use the product before returning it, or to check it off the stock without returning? Sometimes we use them in our gardens. Sometimes we try to clear them off. Usually clear those products which are near expiry dates. How do you differentiate what you'll sell on cash and what will you sell on credit? How do you create that boundary? Usually we don't have any clear guideline on that, but usually wholesalers is other people we give on credit. Farmers we don't usually give them on credit. We found that it is really lagging us behind, so we had to change the system. What is the biggest problem dealing with customers who take items or products on credit? Delays in payments. There are so many shops, or else they can change to buy from another shop, and this makes us to lag behind in terms of business and reduction in the capital. How, how do you manage the how do you manage the samples or the supplements which you offer on credit? Which period do you give them to repay? You see, so usually give them 1 week Sometimes they have a mentality that when they repay, they have to take another product. Sometimes they think if they repay, they have to take another product. So you find that you are in the cycle of credit. Do these companies, the suppliers, do they give us on credit? Some they give on credit, some they give on cash, and some they give you timelines. Which company gives the longest repayment period? And what period do they give? Usually they give it, the longest period which they give is 1 month. But I've never seen a company which gives one year. What is your challenge as you have? What is the challenge you have in managing your relationship with the farmer? Sometimes it is difficult to change the minds of the buyers from one company to another company's products. Even though the package has changed or the branding has changed, it is not easy to change their minds, to inform them that the package has changed. Has Mujjuzi Agro Stores ever participated in government programs? Or what we call farmer subsidies scheme? Not really. We have never participated in any. What is the difficult problem for you to participate in such programs which are established by the government? Because sometimes the government deals with the farmers. Sometimes it is not easy for us as dealers to come to the farmers. So we cannot get their products from the government and we sell to them. So the government deals directly with the farmers at a lower price. In in the dry season, how does your business run? In the off season, how does your business able to survive? Usually in the dry season, the business is slow. We make little sales. Usually it is a resting time. What percentage do you make? What percentage do you make of money if you compare with it in the on season and what you make during off season, what is the percentage difference? Usually it is 45%. So if it is season, you can get 10 million, but if it is off season, you can get around 2 million. Apart from selling farm supplements, are there any services which you offer to your farmers or your people who buy from you? Are there any other services which you provide to them? Usually there's no other service. Do you visit other people's farms? We visit them and also try to tell them what to do. Do you have any specific time which you conduct these visits to the farmers' farms? Sometimes they make requests, so we agree on the time and then we schedule the meeting. So we do the survey and also according to the guidance, and also we are able to guide them. You said you have 4 stores. Like how many workers do you have on each store? Each store has at least three workers. In total, there are 12 workers. If people they have inquiries about the usage of the product, how do you deal with that? About the usage of different products, I explain to them. Sometimes I have to assemble the products to them. Sometimes they bring back the some farm tools which I can also repair so that they can be reused again. Is there anywhere how you keep records of your customers? Sometimes you note. In times we note somewhere according to the farm supplement years bought, and then when it comes back, uh, and then we know the stage of his plants or his farm, and then we change the supplements accordingly. Is there any way which you want to keep your information? Any other way you want to keep track of your customers? Which have you ever thought about it? Is there anything which you think it can help to keep track of all your customers? If it is there, it will be very useful. Talking about any digital platforms, are there any platforms which you use? One time I used a platform called iForce. It could record the stock which is bought and also the stock which is sold off. But this machine also got spoiled. You needed to use a computer. Are there some mobile apps which you use every day? Even WhatsApp. We use WhatsApp. You use WhatsApp like professionally or for personal use? We use it personally, but with the we connect with the customers, and also we do it for communication and making deliveries, but mainly for promoting business. Do you think it is possible to make an app like Easier Greek where farmers they order their supplements online and also they're able to receive their orders in our Uganda? It is possible, but sometimes it needs to explain. But there's two kinds of people who know and some people who don't know. Some people they need a lot of explanation, but it is a good idea. Do you think if the companies implement it, will it serve its purpose or it won't? Do you think it will serve its purpose to the farmers? Do you think, yeah, it is possible for the farmers to participate on this in these platforms? Most of the farmers they have issues with education and also technology, so you have to train them through radios. You have to train them a lot. What do you think, using a radio or using social media platforms or digital platforms to send messages to the farmer, which one is more effective? I would prefer radio because our people they focus more on the radio. The local farmers usually focus on radio. They listen a lot to the radio. Usually they don't have smartphones, so radios are easily market these new products. So they come demanding this product which has been advertised, and also it helps us to sell off the product quickly. Is there any difficulty for you to reach farmers who are far off in the villages? I receive so many farmers, some they come from Gomba. The problem they receive, what problems do you face reaching your farmers who are very far? The distance also meeting these farmers, you cannot even identify the exact location. Usually they come and explain. So usually those people come from far places, they buy in bulk. So usually they return after a long time. So our traveling is limited because they stay in distant places. If the product you're selling is found to be fake or defective, who is responsible? Is it the farmer, the supplier, or you? The supplier. If the farmer complains on any product, sometimes we say let's wait for the supplier and we listen from him. So what proof do you need? What proof do you need to confirm that this product is not, or this product is faulty or defective? I do farm visit and I inquire about the usage and also the time of spraying. Also, I would inquire about the supervision. Was the farmer around or was absent during the time of the application of these farm supplements? Sometimes they give these supplements to the workers. Sometimes also these workers they embezzle some of these supplements. If it is a new product, they give excuses and they exchange the products. So they use that opportunity to blame the product that it is defective. Have you been able to compete with other shops? How have you managed the competition and also stay in operation? Connecting with the right people who supply high quality so that you maintain the quality. So usually they come and they say, Mujjuzi, your products are good. And when I have positive feedback testimonies from our customers. Also the way your relationship with the customer, the way you explain, you give them time. Sometimes they have a lot of questions. If we forfeit their questions, sometimes they don't come back. Some they don't have any idea. So sometimes you have to explain from the beginning. We have to explain every key detail of the product. consumes a lot of our capital is when we are purchasing our supply. Is there any other expense or big expense which reduces the capital? There's no much expense. Sorry, we have also like salary or wages for our workers. Sometimes we have workers in the farms, also workers at home, also workers in the shops. So sometimes we need to clear all that. Sometimes you need to get some products from your own shop to use in your own garden. This cuts down also the cash flow. The rent also we have to pay, not only one place but different places. Also thefty. Also thefty. Sometimes thieves, they come and steal our produce or products. They came and stole some seeds from all the seeds from Kayawe shop. They wanted money, but they never found money, so they took all the seeds for pepper, tomatoes, and cabbage seeds. Do you have any instance where the staffs, the people your workers, are the ones who do the thefty or the stealing? It happens usually when there are wrangles or misunderstanding. Sometimes they take the money. Is there any aspect which you have not tackled and you feel it has to be tackled in your expertise of business? There's no much we have not covered. Most of it has been covered. What are your suggestions which can be improved for our companies? Some things which other companies do and for us as ETG that we don't do. There is nothing much. Most of what you have been offering has been great service. Are there any other suggestions? I was suggesting if they can give us some free products, maybe bonuses at the end of the year. Maybe cut down the prices, reduction in the prices. If you stock a lot, also the prices reduces. Have you have you found any issue which companies for agriculture, the things which they don't do, but if they can implement them, really they can help them to improve. Opening a market for our farmers, like looking for a market for them. Sometimes they farm but they don't have any market, so they have no alternative market. So you find they have no market for their produce. Also the packaging. Have you ever had any leakages of there's some products which are leaking, so you may find like 5 bags, they are open. You may not sell these products which are torn to the customer or which are leaking. They need the packaging, it needs a packaging which is also strong enough or which can withstand for a long period of time. Also we need standard prices, no falling or shortages. If the prices are too low, people they may doubt the quality. So usually when the price is too low, they despise the price, they despise the quality. But if the price is average, it does not deter any purchase. It just encourages more purchases. Other companies they have to trust us, and also their staff they have to trust us. The companies they trust us, but you find that the distributors they don't trust us, or the suppliers they don't trust us. The staff who move, the sales people, so sometimes we receive free credits from the suppliers, but you find that the pressure is too much to these suppliers or distributors, that also this pressure comes down even to us. So can the company reduce the pressure on the distributor? Can they reduce the pressure on the distributors? Because this pressure even affects, even comes even to the lowest person. Thank you for is are there any last words which you want to say? Thank you for allowing us to speak our grudges or our problems. May the good Lord keep you, and thank you for your time, and thank you for the relationship. May God keep you.